So here's a simple fact about building a product. Like once you start building something, it becomes like uh, really difficult to stop your guns because you have a lot of people joining your trail. So I'll just give an example of what has been happening with speech to note. So speech to note was a very personal problem. Uh, I have been an agency owner for quite a period of time, and as an agency owner, I used to write a lot of things, emails, instruction to my team members, a lot of proposal to the clients. There were a lot of things that I had to just write. And as an owner who was not just involved in decision making and sales and dealings, but who also loves to be part of the design process, who himself is a product designer and is really passionate about his craft, it used to be like very terrible. It used to be a terrible experience to sort of derail myself from really brilliant idea that I'm working on, and then sit down to write all of those jarring or boring stuff. So it's just started with a simple mic button application where I used to just press a mic and get a transcript in return, and then I used to paste that transcript back on GPT and then get my results out of it, which slowly and gradually snowballed into something that I can have summaries directly on the platform after getting some feedback, and then slowly snowballed into like few friends who wanted an iteration of that application, and then snowballed into something like where now we have 7,000 users using the application. Now, evolution of the product has been such that now we need to care about next level problems. So initially we were just worried about taking notes. Now we started thinking about organizing those notes. People started using speech to note, and then started piling up tens to hundreds of notes. So we started solving for that particular problem. We introduced tags and folders for our organization. It was pretty cool. Like I can show you right now. Like for example, so thing like this where you have like folder level organization at your workspace. You can add folders. Like honestly, I don't care about folders at some point, but I do have like folders here and there on my speech to note account where I can go inside a particular folder and then organize my notes. And then we also introduced something called as tags a while back ago, which used to help our users in order to order notes. But now users using speech to note have a lot of users, in fact, have reached notes which are above 300, above 400, above 500, above thousands, right? So now we are solving for next level problem, which is how can we allow them to organize this massive jargon of notes and allow them to search for those notes pretty easily. So with this, I wanted to come back to my initial point, is like building a product is not just a day's job. Our cycle is slightly slower than maybe like other products, as we are growing organically, as we haven't run really any sort of paid promotions, or we haven't associated ourselves in any sort of paid partnerships to drive rapid growth to our product. But even with this organic growth that we are having, and with a small team that we have, which most of the time focuses on building and evolving speech to note, but also focuses on running agency operations, as we are still bootstrapped. We need to make sure that revenues are coming in order to ensure that we can sustain the product for a very long period of time. We are able to sustain the product with the revenue of the product itself, but we still need to make sure that we are generating revenues from our agency, because that is the primary factor for our survival. But yeah, nonetheless, like even with this kind of a scenario, it becomes pivotal for us to keep thinking about user problems, and the way we do it is by interacting with our users directly, one-on-one, interacting with them on the community, and making sure that we are addressing or we are hearing their problems out, and then thinking about next level solutions. So this last week was all about asking them. This was via platforms like this peer list, and also engaging with our users, existing users, and we are working on amazing level of ideas where organization will go to the next level, where thinking about pinning your notes, how we can work on the optimization of transcription, where we can work or give an opportunity to generate better transcripts with speech to note, where you can add a bit of context to the transcripts. Then you can work on better folder structure organization with something like you would do with traditional note-taking applications. This wasn't really the goal in the initial days because we just user adoption in the first place or no. But now that we have scaled to a certain extent, this definitely becomes a priority. So yeah, coming back to the square one of the original topic of this video is you will find a lot of instances where your product can grow. All you need to do is just stay curious, ask your users what they want, and also recognize from patterns, recognize from data, because data gives you a lot of answers. I think modern day products like Peerlist, like any other modern day products, right? They evolve a lot on the fundamentals of data, on how users are using the platform, and on the fundamentals of asking users the right questions, and then taking decisions and involving them in the process as well. So yeah, that's all. I just wanted to show what I'm working on, and at the same time, I just wanted to convey this thought that was just chit-chatting with myself in my head. So yeah, cheers for today.